Oh, look at him, fellas. You crying, boy? Maybe we'll go back down to McDonald's and get you a Whamburger and some French fries. You little sissy boy!
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Jimmy Kimmel is a comedian, and he is hilarious, just not in the way that he thinks he is. He's a very funny guy because it's funny to watch the humiliating and degrading things that happen to him and his breaking down in tears in public regularly over Donald Trump. Like this moment at the Oscars, Jimmy Kimmel was allowed to host the Oscars for like the billionth time, just to show you how desperate and broke Hollywood is. And he decided to read Trump's truth about him last year. Donald Trump saying effectively that Jimmy Kimmel sucks at his job and so on and so forth. Then something remarkable happened live during the Oscars, which was supposed to be, by the way, politics free. But Jimmy Kimmel can't help himself. Watch this.
Hushed up but cheap ABC talent, George Slopanopoulos. He would make everybody on stage look bigger, stronger, and more glamorous. Blah, blah, blah. Make America great again. Okay, now, see if you can guess which former president just posted that on Truth. Anyone? No?
So he reads it live.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still. Isn't it past your jail time?
Oh, they got him, and all they all clap. Yeah. Oh, it's great. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden's going to be president again, right? Because at this point, Joe Biden was running again. Yay! We'll have Joe Biden. Look. Look at their faces. Look at this. This is what passes for comedy. Anyway, how'd that work out for Jimmy Kimmel? Because if you fast forward just 8 months from this date, you'll find November of the same year when Jimmy Kimmel was weeping on his show after the election.
For our allies in Ukraine, for NATO, for the truth, and democracy and decency. And it was a terrible night for everyone who voted against him. And guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him, too. You just don't realize it yet.
Nah, man. Doing good, bro. Chill out, bro. I'm doing just fine. Yeah, actually, I'm getting so very much of what I voted for. But Jimmy Kimmel crying, and Jimmy Kimmel making a lot of headlines recently because he announced to his former girlfriend that he is probably moving to Italy. And the reason why people say that is because Jimmy Kimmel was bragging on this podcast with Sarah Silverman about his Italian passport, and that in order to escape Trump, he's going to use that passport. So it's like an obvious thing for people to say about Jimmy Kimmel, like, clearly you're running away, just like so many people in Hollywood have done. Ellen, Rosie, on and on and on. There's a very long list. Here's Jimmy Kimmel.
And people I know are thinking about where they can get citizenship and
I
stuff.
do have Italian. I did get Italian citizenship.
You do?
I do.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I do have that. And what's going on is as bad as you thought it was going to be.
Way worse.
It's so much worse. It's just unbelievable. Like, I feel like it's probably even worse than he would like it to be.
So smart. You know, they're so smart. I love these talk shows because it just proves how intelligent these people are. So they're talking, so they're musing about escaping America, and everyone's like, Jimmy Kimmel's going to leave the country because he has Italian citizenship. This linked with Jimmy Kimmel saying that he's not going to renew his show. He's not going to let them renew his show here. He talks about this in this LA Times piece. That this is going to be his last contract with ABC. And he's not going to sign again. That he's done. He's not sure what's going to happen next, but he's done. Yeah, he's considering walking away, he says. Okay. I mean, I guess we'll see. Nothing set in stone just yet. But Jimmy Kimmel has, clearly lost his mind over the Stephen Colbert firing. very, very angry about that. Spooked Jimmy Kimmel's F-word rant over Colbert cancellation as his own late night show circles the drain because all of the ratings for late night have collapsed. Jimmy Kimmel on the verge of tears once again. Not on the verge of tears. I mean, you can see it in his eyes here. He's crying. Look at the glistening in his eyes. He's crying. He's sobbing here. Anyway, President Trump, after getting Colbert fired, says that Jimmy Kimmel is next. He's even less talent than Colbert. Greg Gutfeld is better than all of them combined, including the moron on NBC who ruined the once great Tonight Show. Okay. Who just had Gutfeld on, actually, interestingly enough. Jimmy Kimmel has finally come back from, I mean, these guys get like 3-month vacations. So Jimmy Kimmel's finally back from that. I had a quote unquote vacation. I worked the entire time. So whatever, it's just what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm very happy. I love this job. I love doing this for a living. And I love you, by the way. Jimmy Kimmel gives bitter response to calling for Trump calling to his show to be canceled, and then finally addresses whether he is leaving the country for Italy. So this is his first night back after Colbert was summarily fired, and oh baby.
And of course, the number one thing people asked me about this summer was what happened to Stephen Colbert at CBS. CBS all of a sudden, out of the blue, claimed the Late Show was losing $40 million a year, and then miraculously got FCC approval to sell their company, which is what they wanted. And I guess that wasn't enough for El Presidente, because he posted, the word is, and it's a strong word at that, Jimmy Kimmel is next to go in the untalented late night sweepstakes, which is alarming because I don't know if you know this, Jimmy Kimmel is me. And I wasn't the only Jimmy either. And shortly thereafter, Fallon will be gone. These are people with absolutely no talent who are paid millions of dollars for, in all cases, destroying what used to be great television. It's really good to see them go, and I hope I played a major part in it. Oh, you delicate, chubby little teacup. Did we hurt your feelings? You want us to be canceled because we make jokes about you? I thought you were against cancel culture. I thought that was like their whole thing. When did you become so woke? Unfortunately for Frosty the Snowflake, the only place we are going is to New York. Once again, we are packing up our Hailey Bieber smoothies and headed to Brooklyn for a week of shows at BAM, the Brooklyn Academy of Music, starting September 29th and October 3rd. And one of our guests that week, we have great guests lined up, will be my good friend Stephen Colbert. We have a lot to talk about. So if you happen to be, if you're the White House intern in charge of strategically unplugging the president's TV, that'll be a good night to do it. For tickets, if you want free tickets, go to kimmelinbrooklyn.com. You can get them. I would love to see you there. We're going to have fun, right, Guillermo?
Yes, we're going to have a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. We haven't been to Brooklyn in quite some time.
So Jimmy Kimmel gets back at Trump, going systematically through shows that are more successful than his, like Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert had more viewers than Jimmy Kimmel, getting them canceled, by saying that he's going to bring on Stephen Colbert onto his show. And then attacking the network that fired Stephen Colbert. Not a good look. And then, will Jimmy Kimmel be fleeing to Italy? The question of the hour. Here we go.
The other thing everyone kept asking me about over the summer is if I'm moving to Italy. Because I mentioned on the Sarah Silverman podcast that I got dual citizenship through my mother, who has Italian citizenship. And oh man, the MAGA gang went nuts.
Late night comedian Jimmy Kimmel confirming he has obtained Italian citizenship.
Jimmy Kimmel's so scared he's drafting an escape plan.
We could see Jimmy Kimmel evidently leave sometime soon. He would say ciao.
How is he Italian? There's no way he's Italian.
You know, I didn't realize he was Italian.
I didn't know he was Italian. I'm kind of disappointed.
It's like, okay, Italy's great, but also there's not a lot of air conditioning or ice, so go for it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Good riddance, dude.
Good riddance.
Absolutely. Good riddance.
You can see what life is like over there because we don't want him here.
Arrivederci. Don't let the door hit you. Don't let the door hit you, some may say.
Don't let the door hit you. Don't let the door hit you.
I say bye-bye.
Bon voyage.
Are you wishing Jimmy Kimmel a bon voyage?
Oh, hell yeah. Can't wait.
I hope he eats a lot of pasta and gains a lot of weight.
Well, that's going to happen whether I move to Italy or not. I got news for you. Would that be a negative? Is that a... Just to be clear, I'm not moving to Italy. I never said that. This is where I live. This is my country. I have no intention of running away from it, especially because of Donald Trump. Let me tell you something. I would move into Mar-a-Lago if I could, just to drive him insane, okay? Nothing to do. I've been trying to get Italian citizenship for almost 20 years. I love Italy. I like the idea of being a citizen there. And mostly what I like to do is bring my passport to parties and show it to people and make them jealous. Does this look like a guy who's moving out of the country? No. I am going to stay here and continue to torture my wife with this tank top. Grazie. Okay. Before we can, I feel like I need to thank all the talented people who filled in for me this summer, who kept the train running. I have to say, not only do I appreciate the break they gave me, it's a relief to know that this show will be in good hands when I am eventually deported to El Salvador. So our guest hosts this summer were very generous with their time, and apparently...
I love that, like, Jimmy Kimmel's level of machismo is putting, like, him with some potatoes, or this is Jimmy Kimmel's, like, I'm so American. Him flapping around in the grass, flailing around like he's at a pride parade. This is like, look at me, I'm a man. I love America. Really? Really? Too bad. I guess there's still time, though. We can still convince Jimmy Kimmel to move to Italy. Why not? Why not try? A boy can dream. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe if you think Jimmy Kimmel should be deported to Italy. See ya.